straight face.
Oh, smiling. Smiling.
Straight face.
Here. Yeah, I can hold one of your guys.
Smile.
Okay, find Mr. Bloomfield again.
3, 2, 1.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
My mouth.
Stay there. We got the drone for you. Okay, Jordan.
Do it, Jordan.
Good.
Let's go, Jordan. Let's see that drone. Go, Max. Let's go.
Oh, wait, Chase Gillen can't graduate. This stuff in it.
Can we go to the bathroom first? Yep. Can we go?
Go to the bathroom if you have to.
Out. Yeah. Yup. You guys got it? Yep. Woo!
I want all of my money back. Harrington didn't have a pass. Oh, Christ.
Yep, send it. Thank you.
What a guy.
Oh, there he is.
That traffic jam's gonna take
Be
him out.
ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
Mr. Wells.
Yeah, now.
Mr. Wells.
Yo, Nico. Yeah, I mean, Spanish, if you know. Mom, Dad, I made it. I graduated
Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Mr. Booth. Now I can leave. Yep, put your stones right down. Put them down. Put them down.
Come up so far left. You guys be first in line.
Put this thing down.
Yeah. No problem.
All right. Excellent. I'm gonna need
Yeah, I know. That was my own workout.
You want to go underneath there?
Wally.
Yeah.
Good?
Wally, take them this way.
face him towards you.
You got it. You got it.
All right.
Can I breathe? John. Take the bag. No, we gotta take pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready, brother?
Mr. Swanson, Mr. Bouzane, just step to the side, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here, Mr. Bouzane, come more this way. Just not so you're behind it, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
So, Wally, is it easier if you and John are over? Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
When you put him down, just watch your fingers, okay? I was worried you didn't have it.
Wait, is it okay if you have Lorenzo's? Oh, no,
You tell me. Yeah, you can move it. Where do you want it? Linda, all each other?
that's fine. She's looking.
Next to each other. I got you.
Come on down, guys.
John, why don't you start going the next group? Like, boom, just go the next, and I'll just get out of the way of this one.
Yes, that's a good call. Thank you.
Take your bags off, guys.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Oh, man.
We'll have to move that.
Let's do it, let's do it. Get in. Go inside.
At some point. Yes. Perfect. There we are.
Good job, guys.
Impressive. I think you're ready to
All
get
right, come on down. Yep, thank you. Mr. Held.
Go ahead, go that way.
I got it.
keep switching. Move in.
Yep.
Good. All right.
Yep.
You guys all one group?
Straight out of a stone.
You guys all one group? Oh, Mr. Easler beat me to it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's one right here, though.
Can I go side by side with you in there?
Side by side. Yep.
That's
Right.
AP macaroni art right there. That's where I got that. I feel like I'm
You guys are one big group? Picture time, picture time.
This is my favorite college counselor in the whole world.
Get a photo, boys. Hold on, buddy.
You're fine,
Hold on,
go
Nick.
ahead.
These guys are going in the shop.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all get a picture, Brennan. How slow are you gonna come on? Be afraid of the stone.
Take a knee.
Alright, we good.
Yeah, take off your mouth. Like you want.
I bought them for him.
Yeah.
I bought them for him.
Yo.
Yo, Mr. Mason, what's got me trouble with this guy?
Good job, man.
I would have.
Johnny Hall down.
Thank you, dude.
All right. See that.
Thanks.
Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, can I catch?
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
now keep
you're
it up
you're
on three.
first. I can move easily.
Let's go, kid.
Lunch is finest right here.
Go. Come here, yo.
Yeah. Oh, you guys. This is like Kimball used to wear
Yep.
t-shirts.
Get closer to your stones. Okay, let's go closer to my
Hand placement.
Okay, and get right behind him. That's it.
hand placement.
Where are we looking? Where are we looking? They can definitely see it on the camera.
Yep. Looking at Mr. Bloomfield. Masks off.
Yeah, dude.
Get these things out of here.
Nick, can you move?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I'll
Liz, are we
Here,
doing
I'll
this?
give it to you in a moment.
Are we putting these in?
Yes, they take a picture just with them and then.
Oh, we came on touch.
I blanked. One more.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Where we go to the dining hall now?
Oh no. I'll have to.
All right, Dad.
11-ish. Right? Ish. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're good.
You guys are all one big group? Yeah, you gotta take a picture over there, okay? You guys can start getting a line for the picture.
Off. Whatever you want. But take them off if you want. Go ahead. No. Group of 8. Okay.
You got everybody in there? Everybody in?
Yes. Good job.
Back to my team. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody.
Jack. Yep.
It came out nice. With the black, yeah. Alright, smile, y'all.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We want big smiles here.
Thank you.
I'm next to Kane. Well, and Doug. Yo, Kane and Spencer, you guys are behind.
Dude, I already listed that. Jones is there.
You guys want?
Yo, Sean, wait. Hey, we're leading it off. He's going to go next to Nico. That should have been the 12. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hope is in the cat.
Wow.
Oh, I got people do this? Come on. Something hit my head.
Nice. Levant.
It'll work out.
Thank you, sir.
You got the waves in there.
Oh yeah, the wave is.
You needed the waves in there. That's great.
Who's the head? You need me to get in this right now? Oh, Bird's right next to me. I think Sean is
We might, because they're all together, I think. Yeah.
the goofy looking one.
Stay right there, fellas. Thank you. Okay, who has good knees?
Mine starts there, so I'll start it here. Me and Ken in the back.
Yo, do I point to it?
Who's gonna end up at the bird herd then?
Nah, I say we just smile.
Yeah.
Get a great pick going.
Yeah, great.
Wait, are we
Steven, get in there. James, get in there tighter.
Yeah,
That's it, James.
I'm trying to get on
Oh,
my level,
James,
too.
get in here.
Yeah, guys.
Get in here. Get the mask on. Second row. Second row. Second row, first row, middle. Up to you.
James,
Make your own.
take the mask off. If you
Oh
like,
yeah, James.
And looking at Mr. Bloomfield.
I'm over here.
James, you want to just... Okay. Just for the photo.
There you go.
Don't know if I'm graduating yet. Nah, like for percussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job, man.
Big Mo, you said percussion.
Yes, sir.
so far so good.
All right, you guys are in. Say cheese.
Okay, well, left and right.
Bird poop.
That's a lucky one.
That's a lucky bird poop.
Are you ready, guys? Come a little bit closer. All right. There's a little garbage there.
Is this what the stones are going to be?
No,
We're going to be down by the gym.
that's a cool thing.
It's still going to be.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's that? Oh, my bad. Thank you. It's okay, Millie. Cool.
Who's Oh.
You got a big group coming?
All right, guys, get in there for a picture.
Okay. After this, they'll fit. Yep. They'll about take us to the end. Yep.
And if you guys could all shift 2 steps to your left.
Yep.
So you're more with your stones. And you can come closer to the stones.
Yeah, come closer.
And looking at Mr. Bloomfield.
Ready?
Millie, do you want to take your mask? Millie, take your mask off. Yep.
Just throw on the floor.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the dining hall and get your flowers now.
Lily, remember the year we forgot to take pictures? About 10 years ago?
Yeah?
It was before you were doing it.
Oh.
Maintenance, we forgot to take pictures, and one guy in maintenance had like a photographic memory, and it worked out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean of this?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Come on up, guys. Is this one big group? Yeah. You're gonna make a pyramid? If you can remove it from the plastic, great. If not, don't worry, okay?
Go ahead, Nora.
Come on down.
Yep. We think it's going to squeeze in. If not, we'll shift.
Come on in. You got it.
Thank you, Mr. Booth. I hope you know how to do it.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. So great.
Hey, man. Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Good one.
They're project, you know, gotta give credit to Mother Morgan too. Wait.
You got it? Oh, get the glasses? Okay. You're
And after this, let's go over there.
Yep. To the inside, Wally, right?
All right,
We're starting on the inside. Good catch, Naya.
Thank you. I want to get a picture. Hold on.
Julia, I love the sophistication of that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Your face really brings out the character in it, you know? Make better. Can we take over mask?
Yep, slide over this way like a step. Yes, take your mask off.
Slide this 2 more feet this way.
Yep, great.
And then you guys can come closer to your stone. That's awkward. We're like 3 feet away. I love that. I love Sesson. Okay. Wait.
Big hugs.
Can we like... Well, I know. Oh my God.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Bloomfield. Great one, ladies. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the keeper.
Dining hall for your flowers now. All right.
Oops.
Starting here.
Here you go.
Come on down here.
Come to the middle.
Yep.
Captain, you next? The whole picture. Who's next? George? All right. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Don't correct my work, John.
Sorry. No, he had a something written on the side. Who's up? Khalil, you up? The work of art. Nice. You know, which is up? This way?
No, the other way.
Other way? Who's up? Dumbo? All right, man. Right like that? Okay.
Go.
This is impressionism. Oh, good. Get up for a picture.
I thought it was pointillism. I thought it was pointillism personally.
I think it's an abstract expression.
Yes, actually, very abstract. Correct. Yep. Slide over all the way if you can, man. Good. Yes. Nice and tight, Fenbo.
I was not ready.
I was worried. No, was I?
You guys
That
ready?
was just a test. All right. Looking at Mr. Bloomfield.
I didn't know what to do.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thanks, fellas.
So head to the dining hall next for your flowers, please.
You're inspired.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yep, right by your stone.
All good?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Here, Emily, want to put your purse down for this shot? Yeah.
Girls, you can take your masks off if you would like. Okay. Comfortable? Thank you.
All right. Looking at Mr. Bloomfield.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Head to the dining hall for your flowers next. All right.
Bye.
Okay, we're good. He's 10-13. 2 groups to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we started walking early. Yeah.
Come up and around, okay? Cutting to the chase, I love it. Let's time to hold it.
How do I pronounce your last name?
Here. John, take Collins right now. Take Collins. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, come on in, Raymond.
Thank you.
You got it.
Liz, do you have an ETA on when we're going to start walking down? Is it immediate or?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You guys come forward.
Nice and up to your stone. Come right up to your stone.
Right up there. Who's doing what?
Alright, so whoever's first come up to the stones, you can take your masks off. You're gonna look at Mr. Bloomfield. Look at him, Matthew. I'm not here.
What do I say? One more. Great, thank you.
Alright, next group. Oh, masks
Come right
off.
over here. Yeah, come here, Darrell.
Come on that side.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, look at Mr. Bloomfield, though, please.
What do I say? All right, here we go. Two more. Thank you.
Alright, the girls are all set to go to the dining hall next to the flower. You can take your
You
mask.
can take it now.
Not in other years, you can see what happens.
I'm like a third wheel right now. I don't like this. I want to take a solo shot.
All right.
I don't want my picture to be.
Sorry, Billy.
You're fine.
Very nice. That's a workout, huh?
Yeah, Nintendo. Flat. You just crazy. Right.
We good, thank you.
Can I take with you, Nintendo too?
Yeah.
It's easier on your head, to be honest with you.
You can take your solo shot. Yeah, I'll take my. Sorry, there was a bug in front of our face.
Oh, hold on.
Good.
I don't know how it is.
Thank you. All right, Tender, you want your solo one?
There you go.
That's a headshot for Hollywood.
All right, thank you.
If you could come over right.
Stand! Kelly! Fly the right! Creep! Line! Well, I'm didn't recognize you till you got close to me the other day. Nice, right? Yeah.
chance. Bad time to have an itchy nose.
Justin, you're still behind me, right? I am still behind you. That's all I care about. Everybody is very. To train on something. This turns it.
Good morning. Please be seated. If you are in your socially distanced and designated seat, you may take your mask off at this time if you choose. If you'd like to leave your mask on, that's perfectly fine also. We all have different circumstances, and we each need to do what is necessary for ourselves and our families. You do what's right for you. If you need to leave your seat for any reason, however, you need to put your mask back on, please, for the sake of the ceremony. The only exceptions to this are for those speaking from the podium and our graduating class. When they come to the stage for awards or diplomas, they may do so without their masks if they choose for a maskless graduation photo. Welcome to the 217th commencement ceremony of Wilbraham and Monson Academy. My name is Brian Easler, and I'm the luckiest head of school in the world, especially this year, to be here with all of you today. We are thrilled to see all of you on this very special occasion for the class of 2021. Let me take a moment to briefly introduce Krista Hansen, who is an officer on the executive committee of our Board of Trustees. Krista is here to officially confer the diplomas on the class of 2021. She is an alumni parent. Her daughter, Adrian, graduated from WMA in 2010, and Krista has served on the board since 2007. Thank you, Krista, for your service to the school and for being here today. I would also like to recognize, here at the beginning, all of the members of our graduating class and their families who could not be here today in person. These students have worked hard all year, many completely online, because they were prevented from returning to school. Their struggle is absolutely remarkable and a true example of the power of perseverance. Our remote students literally completed their senior year online, staying connected to the WMA community as best they could through their tiny computer screens. We have tried through the year to make them feel engaged with the on-campus community, but the reality is that could never be the same. We miss you all very much. We are so sorry you cannot be here with us today, and we are so proud of you for what you have accomplished this year. Before we begin, let's take a moment to reflect in silent meditation. Everyone here is extremely fortunate. We have many things for which we can be thankful. Honestly, I say this every year, but it has never been more true than now. We've actually gathered on this day, people from many faiths and beliefs, families from around the globe, to support and celebrate as one the accomplishments and the bright future of the class of 2021. Because they have stood the test of the year of COVID and hold the keys for the days and years ahead, we have faith in their ability to unlock the potential of the world for us all, to live in peace, to treat one another fairly, to speak or to seek to understand before we seek to blame, let us ponder in silence for a minute our love for the class of 2021 and the promise they represent for the world. And let us also consider for just a moment those who have less to be thankful for than others in this gathering and worldwide. Many have experienced suffering, loss, injustice, and heartbreak over the last year. For all of those less fortunate than us, and for those of us who have faced hard times, let us remember them for a moment of silence as well. It is my honor now to represent or to present the valedictory, or the farewell address. This is my last chance to give some words of advice to the assembled members of the graduating class, because this is the sobering reality. You will never be together like this again, even like we are today, with some remote and some in person. This is because you will all soon scatter to the far reaches of the globe and engage in new and exciting challenges and opportunities. And even though you will come back to visit, it is unlikely that you will do so at the same time. So we are very grateful for the time we have spent with you here at WMA, and we look upon your graduation with a bittersweet mix of joy for your future and your membership in the alumni ranks, but also sadness that you will be absent from our everyday lives. Rather than give the graduating class advice about what they will do, I'd like to talk about what they have done. We started this year with a plan and a simple mantra: whatever it takes. Meaning we would do whatever it takes to have a safe school year for everyone: students, staff, families, even the surrounding Wilbraham community. It was a good plan, crafted by the administration and the Board of Trustees, and with huge effort from the faculty and staff. We had contingencies for as many scenarios as we could imagine. And then we had contingencies for those contingencies. Let's face it though, nobody liked the plan. We didn't like the plan either. Who would like wearing masks all the time? Nasal testing twice every week, eating while separated by plexiglass, attending classes in far less than ideal circumstances, practicing and rehearsing for whole seasons with no promise of performance or competition, being confined to campus or from campus for months, or to one dormitory hallway, or not being able to stay on campus with friends, or being stuck in quarantine for days and days. The plan was simultaneously beautiful and terrible. But it was what we all knew we needed to do. We all knew that, and it worked. I want my next point, though, to be crystal clear to everyone here. The only reason it worked is because of you, the graduating class, the class of 2021. We had this beautiful, terrible plan, and you trusted us. You followed us into the school year with your courage and grit and your resilience, and then you led the school from within, and everyone else followed. You met the challenge. You remained positive. You led by example. You exceeded our expectations, and we would not have had the truly remarkable school year we had without your leadership. You have every ounce of my respect for how you have handled this, and I know my colleagues feel the same. So thank you, class of 2021, for what you have already done. At the beginning of the school year, which feels like it actually started back in March of 2020, when we began planning for it, I made a video message for the school, filmed from the senior bridge, over which the graduating class has just crossed, where I was trying to prepare the community for the year that was to come. In that video, I compared the pandemic year ahead of us, which was still developing, to a military deployment with which I have had a little experience. I made the following parallels between the two kinds of experience. See if they feel a little more familiar now. Being caught up in something larger than ourselves, which impacts our lives, and over which we have very little control. Being thrown into a new and uncomfortable set of rules. Living with uncertainty and a good bit of fear, usually connected, for ourselves and for others. Being isolated with a limited set of other people, sometimes in very close quarters. Trying to find some sense of order and predictability in changing circumstances. Doesn't this list seem a little more familiar now than it did before? 14 months later, you should be able to see how this unique and rare set of learning opportunities has played out and how you have changed and grown as a result. I predicted at that time that you would make different connections with the people close to you, probably deeper and more meaningful, though not always easy. I'm betting, based on my own personal experience, that more than a few full family, 4-alarm household blowouts ensued over the last year. Probably over nothing in hindsight, but resulting in new and sometimes hard-earned understanding of one another. I predicted that you would learn to recognize and appreciate things that you may have taken for granted. Some simple things like family trips, fun gatherings, athletic and arts performances, snow days. Either they didn't happen at all, or they were much more complicated than we had all become accustomed to. Perhaps for a little while at least, we will all appreciate with renewed awareness the simple things we have missed. I predicted you would learn a lot about yourself and the others in your life. Now I'm thinking that you probably have developed a heightened awareness of things like whether or not you are an introvert or an extrovert, a morning person or a night owl, a neatnik or a clutterbug, and how those personal preferences mesh or clash with other people you have spent a lot of time with lately. I predicted that you would be stronger once you get through this, for having gone through it. For me, this is the most important outcome, the most meaningful, and oddly, the one you may not have noticed. We do not always notice when we grow stronger, because it happens gradually through the process of struggling through something beyond our perceived limits, our previously perceived limits. If you think about everything you have managed over the last year, in school, at home, in your social lives, everything that you have overcome this year, undoubtedly, you have become stronger and more prepared for what lies ahead of you. The more you experience crisis and acquire skills by going through a crisis, the more prepared you are for the next one. Obviously, my time in the military and deployed overseas has had a significant impact on who I am. But I believe this common experience of living through the year of COVID-19 will have a similarly significant impact on all of you, but particularly the graduates who sit before us now. For the rest of your lives, class of 2021, you will always be the class who not only survived COVID-19, but thrived in spite of it. Despite the complications, uncertainties, restrictions, challenges, and discomfort, through it all, you have prevailed. You are graduating as one of the most successful classes in the Academy's history, while navigating one of the most challenging years to be in school and apply to colleges. Bravo to all of you. All right. We are now going to break from the program for a special guest. Just a minute, folks. Oh, yeah, of course, when I yell, that's when it's going to work, right? We good now? All right. Oh, it's out again. No sound again. And there we go. It's back again. We're just trying to keep you on your toes. All right. This is a big production, and we have never quite done it like this before, like many things this year, so thank you for your patience. So we are now going to break from our regular program because we have a very special presentation. We have 3 members of our graduating class who have been admitted to United States Service Academies. I will read their names now and have them stand and remain standing for a minute, but then they will sit back down for a few minutes until we call them up to receive their certificates of appointment. United States Military Academy at West Point, Giovanni Biondo. United States Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, Miles Fortune. And United States Military Academy at West Point, Nathan Gould. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a seat for a few minutes. As you would guess, Service Academy appointments hold a special place in my heart because those who enroll at these institutions commit themselves not only to a first-class education, but also to a rigorous extracurricular regimen and, in the end, to serve our country. As I mentioned earlier, my military service has had a profound impact on who I am today. So did the man I will introduce to you now. General Rich Clark is the commander of U.S. Special Operations Command, U.S. SOCOM, headquartered at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. He is responsible for the training and employment of all Special Operations Forces, including Navy SEALs, Army Rangers and Green Berets, Marine Raiders, and Air Commandos. He was born in Germany to an Army family and commissioned as an infantry officer upon graduating from West Point in 1984. He has commanded infantry and ranger units at all levels, including command of the 75th Ranger Regiment and the 82nd Airborne Division. Other notable assignments include service as the Director of Operations at the Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC, the 74th Commandant of Cadets at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, and the Director of Strategy, Plans, and Policy for the Joint Staff at the Pentagon. He assumed command of the U.S. Special Operations Command on March 29, 2019. Most notable for me, however, is when General Clark was Captain Clark and the commander of my small 60-man Ranger unit, the Long Range Reconnaissance and Surveillance Detachment, LRSD, 101st Airborne Division, when I was on active duty and in the Gulf War in 1990 and 1991. General Clark was no ordinary captain and no ordinary commander. Far from it, and I'll tell you a quick story to demonstrate my point. At 2:15 a.m. on a cold, moonless night, February 24th, 1991, I sat with two of my teammates in the open starboard door of a Black Hawk helicopter in the staging area close to the Saudi-Iraqi border. We were cradling our rifles and wearing packs laden with water and ammo for a 3-day recon. The three other men sat similarly in a door on the other side of the Black Hawk. The rotors were already turning, the pilots were chattering, and we were quietly steeling ourselves for the 150-mile low-altitude flight into enemy territory and the uncertainty of the mission that lay before us. From out of the darkness, Captain Clark ducked low and approached my side of the helo. He leaned in over my shoulder to the door gunner on my left and yelled at him over the rotor turbines, "Take the night off, Sergeant. I'm flying my boys in." I stood up so the door gunner could exit the helicopter, and Captain Clark climbed in the door gunner's seat behind the minigun and strapped himself in. During the flight, we needed to evade enemy missile radar lock twice, flying between dunes at high speed to break contact, a very dangerous maneuver. And both our primary and secondary insertion sites were compromised by enemy troop activity. When the Black Hawk finally slammed down in the Euphrates River Basin at our tertiary LZ, bottoming out in the mud, the 6 members of my team barely had time to put our feet down and stand up when the bird was already lifting off under us. I remember looking back briefly over my shoulder in the dark and seeing Captain Clark in the gunner's window, giving us a quick salute before disappearing from sight. I share this story with you because it exemplifies, for me, the kind of leadership produced by our country's service academies and the women and men who graduate from them. Not just trained to fight and lead, but also trained to care and protect, to lead from the front, and as a servant to those who follow. General Clark, it's been a long time, sir. It's an honor to have you here today.
as you can tell by the picture, Brian looks exactly like me from being Sergeant Hazel, but I've been rare over the years. But Brian, you brought some tremendous memories, from how ago, it weaves perfectly into your remarks on COVID and everything our nation has had to handle, and the comparisons between the two are very poignant to me. So, Brian, up front, thanks for that very, very kind introduction. And thanks for inviting me to speak with this outstanding class of 2021. I only wish that I could have joined you in person. Up front, I want to recognize Gio, Nate, and Miles. This is a tremendous achievement. You can all clearly guess a couple of things from my regalia back in the back, where my loyalties lie. So first, to your very own Mr. Don Kelly, your blood pressure is probably rising just a little bit at the beat Navy tone in my office. And second, yes, I did have the very good fortune to attend West Point. Though I freely admit it was a lot easier to get in the service academies many years ago. Had I been competing against the three of you, I'm certain I would not have made the cut. Miles, you're joining a well-established heritage at Wilbraham and Monson alumni who went on to excel at the Merchant Marine Academy. And Nate and Gio, as far as your head of school and I can tell, you'll be the first to attend West Point in at least half a century. I encourage each of you to stop and appreciate the tremendous challenge and the opportunity that lies ahead. To the entire class of 2021, this idea of service is something important for all of us. I believe it's deeply rooted in who we are as human beings. Gifting one's time and talent for the benefit of others, it's one of those rare universal virtues that is and should be admired in every society across every generation. Service, I'd argue, is not an act. It is a state of mind. It's a way of viewing the world in such a way that wherever you are, whatever you find yourself doing, you deliberately look for ways to positively impact those around you. Remarkably, in some ways, each of us is uniquely able to serve. Some are gifted physically and others intellectually, some with ability to connect with each other. Amazingly, sometimes when you feel the most powerless, that's when you can contribute the most. The helicopter ride that Brian Easler and I shared across the Iraqi desert in 1991, it's a good story. Brian, I applaud your recollection of the dark, the cold, and that danger. They were all very true, but we do remember it differently. You see, for me, I was a young captain climbing into a helicopter with 6 of the bravest, smartest, most dedicated young Americans I've ever known. Each of them willing to risk everything to do what they thought was right in service to their country, but most of all to each other. It was simply my job to do anything in my power to help them succeed. On that night, I really couldn't do much except join them so they could see a familiar face in the door in those final moments before I left them alone in the mud, deep behind enemy lines. I just did what I could. Imagine the feeling you may get 30 years later when one of those young soldiers asks you out of the blue to say a few words at a commencement ceremony in Massachusetts. You find out that that brave kid and you saw the picture, you saw how young he looked, has dedicated his entire life to educating young and inspiring hundreds of our best and our brightest young Americans. If you had even 1 ounce of positive impact on that young man or woman who goes on to change the lives of so many more, I can tell you your effort, no matter how great or how small, was not wasted. Each of you can have that kind of impact, each and every one of you, whether you serve in the military, in civil government, in local community groups, the Peace Corps, charities, or even through simple personal acts of kindness to others in your day-to-day lives. There are so many more ways of serving than just being in the military. I challenge each of you to seek out these opportunities as you move on to diverse fields of study and work. Over the change in the course of the past year, you've seen our world cope with many tough challenges, most notably the global pandemic, with its many, many consequences: economic hardship, political tension, a sense of looming uncertainty that lingers, even as we seem to be rounding a corner. Do not let these struggles lead you to despair. Do not let the hard times make you doubt for 1 second the true and lasting good that each and every one of you can achieve for your community, for your country, and for the hope of a free, prosperous, and free world. Brian, head of school, thanks again for welcoming to your ceremony. You all have worked very hard to get to this point, and I can tell you we're proud of you. I wish all of you the best of luck, and I hope in your lives in the future, you all strive to make a difference. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, General Clark. That's an important message for all of us. We will now call up the 3 students and present them with their certificates of appointment. Mr. Kelly is going to help me with this.
General Clark, thank you for your distinguished service to our nation, and thank you for joining us for this commencement ceremony. General, I would be remiss at this time if I did not mention to you the outstanding leadership your former trooper, Sergeant Brian Easler, has offered to our school community. Just as you, quote, flew in with your boys on that fateful night to accomplish your mission, Brian Easler, as head of school, has flown into the battle against the COVID pandemic with his boys and girls, his men and women of the Wilbraham and Monson Academy community. And under his leadership, General, we can stand here today and say, mission accomplished, as we have completed a successful academic year. General, thank you for your contribution as a leadership role model. Brian Easler has emulated your leadership characteristics, and we, the WMA community, have greatly benefited from his dynamic leadership. You should feel very proud of your former trooper. For his dynamic leadership and caring leadership during this pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join me in showing our appreciation for our commanding officer, Headmaster Brian Easler. Please be seated. Sergeant Easler, parade rest. Please come forward and join Mr. Easler on the platform to receive your certificates of appointment. Appointed to the United States Military Academy at West Point, Giovanni Biondo. Appointed to the United States Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, Miles Fortune. And appointed to the United States Military Academy at West Point, Nathan Gould. Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate these young men on receiving these appointments, and we wish them good luck and pray for their well-being as they set out to serve our nation as military leaders. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, Mr. Kelly. Thank you all. Mr. Clark, sorry. Yeah. Let me just take a second. General Clark, thank you for being here with us today. Mr. Kelly, our faculty marshal, will now lead us through the Cum Laude Society presentation.
Good morning. At this time, it's my pleasure and distinct honor to announce the names of the students who have been elected to the Cum Laude Society this year. The Cum Laude Society is an honor society which recognizes the academic excellence of students in independent schools. The articles of the Cum Laude Society state that each chapter may elect members of the college preparatory curriculum who have an honor record. The articles further stipulate that each chapter shall determine the nature of what is an honor record. Traditionally, the Wilbraham and Monson chapter of Cum Laude has only selected students from the top 20% of the junior or senior classes. Furthermore, we expect these students not only to have the highest grades, but also to have enrolled in a diversified range of courses taken mostly on the honors and advanced placement levels. The Board of Regents of the Cum Laude Society also assumes that chapters will elect to membership only students who have demonstrated good character, honor, and integrity in all aspects of school life. With these considerations in mind, the following students have been selected this year for induction into the Cum Laude Society. I would ask them, those that are present, to stand in place and to remain standing as all the names are called. Please hold your applause until the last name is called. From the class of 2021, Zihan Chen in absentia. Songbom Choi, Ryan Cordero, Jeremy Dubois, Tendo Kalule, UC Mo in absentia, Kan Mai Win in absentia, Nora Omar, Jack Perenick, Chuck Antron in absentia, Jack Whitcomb, and Karen Yamaoka. From the class of 2022, elected in their junior year, Michelle Itkin, Cole Salvador, and Zian Tien in absentia. Please acknowledge the hard work that these fine students have done. As president of the Wilbraham Monson chapter of Cum Laude, I now address the following to the members-elect. The distinguished record you have made at this school has won for you membership in the Cum Laude Society. This society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work. As you pursue your education, it is our hope that you will accept the honor of your membership as a responsibility to make some contribution to humankind's ongoing search for greater understanding of our fellow human beings and of the society in which we live. In testimony of your admission to the Cum Laude Society, your certificates of membership and your cum laude pins will be presented to those present when you receive your diploma and will be mailed to inductees who are remote. On behalf of the faculty members of the chapter, Gary Cook, Meg Hutchinson, Maureen Kelly-Chesky, Mark Fisher, and Summer Mahoney, I congratulate you on these splendid achievements and wish you good fortune in all your future academic endeavors. Thank you.
Go ahead, you can sit. This year, we are privileged to have two members of the graduating class who will present us with their parting thoughts as the class of 2021 commencement speakers. You will hear from both Chuk An Tran and Ian Brooke, as selected by their class and affirmed by the full faculty. This class has come so far through so much, and we are so proud of them. I look forward to hearing what Anne and Ian have to say. We will start with Ian, who has been at WMA since the 6th grade. Please welcome Ian Brooke to the podium.
Thank you, everyone, for selecting me to speak, and I would just like to say congratulations to everyone. In 6th grade, back when going to graduation was mandatory for middle schoolers, I sat in the many rows of chairs in a sea of people listening as that year's commencement speaker made jokes, became serious, and spread emotion throughout the tent. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I wish I could do this someday. Fast forwarding to sophomore year, I sat and thought the same thing. I wish I could do this, but man, I don't think anyone would want me to. And now, 2 years later, here I am, addressing my friends, family, teachers, coaches, advisors, deans, and Mr. Easler. It's really crazy to see yourself in the position you watch so many people be in and admire. I just hope that I inspire the next batch of speakers in the same way I was. I've spent 7 years at WMA, and when you spend that much time somewhere, you become really attached. After spending 7 years on a swim team, 7 years on a track team, 5 years on a soccer team, you become family with the people that you're around. As everyone is coming to the end of their time here, whether it be 1, 3, 5, or 7 years, it's hard to know that you're about to walk away from your family, from your community, your friends, in the dorms, and to the day students. It's really hard to know that you're stepping into a new section of life. And as I've come to realize that I'm about to step into the adult world and start a new lifestyle, I've learned to appreciate every moment that I'm spending with my friends. And I think I realized it a little bit too late. But enjoying all those moments and those memories and recognizing that the time that you spent with them made you who you are today is so much more important than just getting through high school. I wouldn't be anywhere without my teammates, my coaches, my teachers, my advisors, my peers. They have all led me to where I am now and who I am now. You know, I got into my dream college. And that's all possible because I had the right people around me, pushing me to be the best that I can be. During my sophomore year seminar class with Mr. Buzang, I remember looking at all the colleges for the first time. Florida, California, New York, Boston, all the big places to look. And as I was looking through, I came across NYU and was immediately intrigued. I thought it'd be amazing to be at the center of the city, to live that kind of lifestyle, but was immediately discouraged as I looked at the GPA scores, SAT, ACTs, all of that. And I went on looking at colleges, wiping that from any list that I had, because I believed it to be too far out of my reach to even be worth applying to. But when it came time to apply to colleges this past fall, I looked at NYU reluctantly because I was afraid of failure and rejection from the place I wanted to be most. I applied with no SAT or ACT scores, an average of a 2.5 and a 2.7 for my freshman and sophomore year, and one AP score. But what I did have was my 4.0 from junior year, a portfolio of my art pieces, and an essay that described the struggle I persevered through. I was accepted in this past fall into the program of my dreams and the school I never thought I would hear from. I tell this story not to flex or to brag, but because this is one of the most important moments in my life, and I almost passed it up because I was afraid of not getting in. It's a moment like that that change your life and change your perspective on everything. But that's what WMA has driven me to do, to challenge myself, to put myself outside of my comfort zone. So after spending 7 years at WMA, I don't feel like I've wasted my time. I've become who I am today because of my experiences here. I've created friendships with people who I've known for 7 years, people I met on exchanges, people who I had beautiful experiences with. And none of that would be possible without WMA. I know that the past year and a half has been really, really difficult. Going through a pandemic, having no exposure to people, friends, and family, it's really, really hard. But all the effort, the teachers, all the coaches, deans, Mr. Easler, put in to make it possible to come back, made it possible for things to start to get better. We're all gonna remember this year, and I know that it was a really hard year. And of course, there will be negative memories. But you always have to remember that there are so many more positive ones. You know, I always think back to being in Mr. Cook's class and thinking, man, this is taking years off my lifespan. But now I remember walking in, and the bright energy, the positive attitude, and the drive to make us wake up from the days we were all in to learn about the American Revolution again. I think now I can't wait to grow old and think about all the times that I had at WMA and how that led me to get where I am. So for all of you who feel like you hit a rough spot in your life or have had a really challenging time this year or even the past few years, keep in mind that just like everything else, this is temporary. And once you're done with high school, there will be new things to complain about, like doing your laundry or making any other food besides ramen or cereal. This is just a test, and once you get past this, there will always be something else. I spent so much time getting ready to leave, counting down the days till school was out, thinking that I would be the happiest when it's all over. But now that it's time, I wish I didn't spend all that time getting ready to go, sitting on the edge of my seat, anxiously waiting to get whatever I was doing done. But instead, enjoying every last moment I have, because now it's time to move on. It's time to stand up and walk to the next task. So be grateful for all your friends, family, teammates, coaches, teachers, faculty, advisors, deans, and Mr. Easler, because they're what made all of this possible. Without them, we wouldn't have had these experiences, and we wouldn't have had this year. So thank you to everyone for making this possible. For everyone who I was friends with, and for everyone I wasn't. Thank you for making this year, my last year at WMA, the end of my 7 years, amazing. And I hope that everyone moving on into the next stage of their life will remember it in the same way I do. Thank you for everyone, for all you have done, because I wouldn't be who I am today without you.
Thank you, Ian. That was perfect. We will now award the major prizes, and we will start with Mr. Don Nicholson, class of 1979, to present the Phil Shaw Awards.
Good morning. The Philip H. Shaw Award, named in honor of Philip H. Shaw, Wilbraham Academy, 1936 to 1969. Revered track and soccer coach and athletic director. His portrait and that of his wife, Florence J. Shaw, hang in a place of honor in our athletic center. The trophy reads, "Award is to the student athlete who demonstrates outstanding performance and a desire to improve in athletics. This award is given to our top female and our top male athlete from the junior or the senior class by vote of the faculty." The girls' Phil Shaw Award winner is a member of the senior class. During her time at the Academy, this talented student athlete has played a key role in the fortunes of the varsity volleyball team and the girls' varsity basketball team. Ramey's volleyball coach, Roger Goodhind, writes, "Ramey was such an impactful player because she always kept focus on the team at such a high level and put emphasis on everyone always trying to do their best. Her teammates would certainly follow this display of leadership. Ramey could always be counted on to make the level of play higher and to encourage her teammates to continue to develop the level of their skills on the court." Coach Goodhind adds, "I have had the opportunity to coach players who went on to play volleyball at the Division I level. Ramey is certainly in that category." Now to basketball. Coach Darrell Brown writes, "Basketball does not come easy to Ramey. It has been a process for her to learn how to find the passion and love for basketball that others want her to have. She would come to learn and to understand where extra work and expectations actually meet. The extra reps of post moves in practice, extra reps of weight room, or extra time of studying game film. During her senior year, all of this would certainly come true and come together for Ramey." Coach Brown concludes, "On the floor, Ramey is as gifted an athlete as I have ever seen. On and off the court, she matured into a student athlete who learned that you can never reach your true potential until you give of yourself. As a junior, Ramey was an all-tournament selection at the Kingswood-Oxford Tournament and the Dexter-Southfield Holiday Classic. She was also a NEPSAC Class C honorable mention and was voted in by NEPSAC Class C coaches to play in the All-Star Game. These awards were not given this past season due to the impact of COVID. She will be taking her basketball talents to Canisius College next fall. Varsity volleyball, team captain, two-time most valuable player. Varsity basketball, team captain, and two-time most valuable player. By vote of the faculty, the girls' 2021 Phil Shaw Award winner is Ramey Porter." The boys' Phil Shaw Award winner is also a member of the senior class. This outstanding student athlete played a key role in the fortunes of the varsity football and the varsity lacrosse team during his time at our school. Connor's football coach, Jeff Vardabinian, writes, "Connor was an impactful player on offense, defense, and special teams during his 2 years with the football team. This was especially impressive since he had not played football during his time at his previous school." Coach Vardabinian adds, "Connor has an excellent work ethic, is extremely coachable, always has an upbeat and positive attitude, He is a no excuses kind of guy. He continued to play through bumps and bruises, always proving to be tough and durable. This young man is an outstanding teammate and connects with everyone. He was the team MVP last fall because he shows such leadership and has a knack for saying the right things to his teammates in practices and in games, especially when faced with adversity. As a junior, Connor was honorable mention All-League in the Evergreen League. Again, these awards were not given this year due to COVID. Coach Vardabedian concludes, Connor will enrich any community activity through his dedication and positive attitude. Connor's lacrosse coach, Mike McDonald, states, Connor is one of the finest leaders I have ever had the privilege to coach. His positive mindset alongside his competitiveness was a driving force in the team's success this past spring. Coach McDonald adds, Connor has led by example and consistently puts the team ahead of his personal goals. There is no doubt in my mind that Connor will be a great asset to the lacrosse program at Lake Forest College next year. I know he will continue to be a strong leader and a great teammate during his college years as well. Varsity football, team captain, most valuable player. Varsity lacrosse, team captain, and most valuable player. By vote of the faculty, the boys' 2021 Philip H. Shaw Award winner is Connor Murphy. I now have the honor of introducing Kevin Kane, our Dean of Studies.
Good morning. The Harriet Jones Nelson Trust. In 1938, Mr. Frank G. Nelson of the Monson class of 1869 established in memory of his mother a trust fund under the terms of which there shall be paid each year to the member of the graduating class who has the highest scholastic average for the last 2 years of his or her academic course at the Academy, a sum of money. This year's award winner has been a student at WMA for 3 years, and in that time has earned 13 final grades of A or A+. Her college counselor wrote, when she first arrived, she was worried about her English skills. However, she quickly realized that in order to demonstrate her true academic abilities, she would have to take risks in communicating with her teachers and the other students. Since then, she has proven that she is not only an effective communicator, she also has so much to add to the classroom. As a result of her effort and abilities, last year, she won the end-of-year departmental prizes in both AP Biology and Honors Pre-Calculus. This year, her AP Calculus teacher lauded her performance in saying that, despite being remote, she never missed a class or assignment. Her environmental science teacher echoed those sentiments, saying her work was consistently excellent, despite being online. This year's Harriet Nelson Trust is awarded to Yiwan Lee. Please join me in a round of applause. The Billy Lake Prize. Established in 1976, the prize is awarded to the student of the graduating class intending to go on to further education, who best typifies the personal characteristics of Billy Lake: selflessness in devotion to the Academy and perfection in devotion to duty. The student who is awarded the Billy Lake Prize has been a leader and a positive influence in all aspects of school life. Her college counselor wrote, throughout her middle and upper school years, she has excelled in each and every facet of campus life. Routinely named to the high honor roll, key to her academic success, aside from her clear intellect, is her stellar work ethic, her innate curiosity, and her willingness to give anything less than her best effort. Her volleyball coach described her as the type of athlete every coach wants on their team. We truly appreciate her upbeat spirit on the court. She shows up to practice with a smile and a positive attitude every day. In the classroom, her teachers repeatedly mention her ability to be a leader during class discussions and activities. She takes on a position of leadership during group work by offering her thoughts and ideas to her peers. Her Spanish teacher says that she can be a leader without having to overshadow her peers, but always gets the job done. Mr. Brown describes her as one of the go-to tour guides who is always willing to step in at the last minute when he is in a pinch. And when you say WMA is her life, it is no joke. She's lived here on campus most of her life. By vote of the faculty, the Billy Lake Prize is awarded to Laurel Vardabedian. The Kyle E. Webb Award. This prize is presented to the student whom the faculty considers to have done the most to promote understanding, respect, and sensitivity for people of different cultural backgrounds within the WMA community. It is given in recognition of Kyle Webb, class of '77, whose leadership as a student was an outstanding model for others to follow. The Pieria Prize. The Pieria Prize is awarded annually to the senior whose record of participation in non-athletic extracurricular activities has been extensive and exemplary. I am reading the two prize descriptions together because there is one student who has been awarded both prizes. It is not surprising that this young woman has earned both of these awards. The Kyle E. Webb Award speaks to respect and sensitivity to others of different cultural backgrounds. In describing the winner, her English teacher relates that she often is able to connect bigger issues of social justice in her writings about the literature read in class. Her advisor says, "I have no doubt that she will be a powerful force of positive change in the world because she really listens to others, thinks deeply about their plights, and interacts with such poise, respect, and grace. She is also acutely focused on helping those without the tools or resources to help themselves, and her courage and grit will help her do just that." Her combined humility and strength of conviction are the perfect attributes for the positive impact she hopes to have on the world. She is an active participant in both our Black Student Union and Asian Student Alliance. She was instrumental in setting up and was a panelist in a recent town hall organized by the Asian Student Alliance dealing with hate speech and violence against Asian Americans. She was previously awarded the Class of 1977 Humanitarian Award. The Pieria Prize focuses on the contributions to extracurricular life of the school. As previously mentioned, she was an active leader in many groups and organizations. Additionally, she is a global scholar, a 4-year member of the swim team. As a leader in the Stone Society, she was instrumental in organizing the Women in STEM events the past 2 years. She's on the Gold Key Council, which oversees our student-led tours. Since her freshman year, she has been an active member of WMA's Model UN. The advisor wrote recently, "She is a true leader in Model UN. Her guidance and thoughtful approach are much appreciated, especially as she guides our new students in preparation for their first Model UN. We could not ask for a more skilled, passionate, intelligent, and articulate delegate. In her time here at the school, she has been integrally involved in all of its aspects. By vote of the faculty, both the Kyle E. Webb and the Pieria Prizes are awarded to Nora Omar." It's my pleasure to introduce Liz Squindo, our Dean of Students.
In 1966, the Monson Academy faculty established the Dr. George E. Rogers Scholar Athlete Award to honor a member of the graduating class for scholarship, participation, in sportsmanship and athletics. The Dr. George E. Rogers Scholar Athlete Award is awarded to Khalil Kamara. Khalil's teachers describe him as an absolute pleasure to have in the classroom, a student who is always first to volunteer, to share solutions, and to help his peers. He brings leadership and this positivity to the dorm. He served for prefect for 2 years. Khalil has participated in a variety of sports, including cross country, soccer, volleyball, track, and basketball. Khalil's impact on our sports team has been awarded and recognized by his coaches, who have awarded him the MVP and Coaches Awards. As captain for the boys varsity basketball team, Coach Mannix explains, Khalil plays with heart and courage. That sounds cliche, but with him, it's real. A grizzly bear could walk into the gym, and Coach Mannix would say, Khalil, you're guarding that grizzly bear tonight. Khalil's only question would be, does he like to drive with his right hand or his left? Khalil, we are forever grateful for your positive influence within all facets of our community, and we wish you the best next year. Congratulations. Turn to your right. The Berube Prize is given each year by the parents of Kenneth A. Berube, Monson class of 1961, to that student who best exemplifies the determination and dedication to duty of Kenneth A. Berube. Kenneth was an outstanding student and worker at Monson Academy. After attending Brown University, he served as a Marine Corps captain until he was shot down by enemy gunfire in South Vietnam. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for heroism and achievement, the Air Medal with 10 gold stars, the Purple Heart, the Vietnam Service Medal, the National Defense Medal, and the Vietnam Campaign Medal. Charlotte DeRose has demonstrated an unwavering commitment and dedication to this community. I have been fortunate to see her evolution and quiet determination as her coach. As a middle schooler on the varsity team, she was fearless and laser-focused. This fall, she was our field hockey captain. When I asked members of the team to share their goals, Charlotte's response was the most thoughtful one I've ever received. 1.5 pages emailed to me, bullet points, and flawless grammar. Her 4 specific yet thorough goals detailed not only how she planned to better herself as an athlete, but focused more on the team and the future of Titan Field hockey. She wrote, I want to develop a feeling of community. The pressure of games, records, tight schedules has been taken away, so we can actually pinpoint each player's specific needs. We also have a good opportunity to really have fun. Charlotte followed through on her goals of strength, communication, consistency, and community on the field this fall and in the spring, in the classroom, and with her extracurricular engagements, including leading Stone Society and helping with an extremely successful Women in STEM event this spring. Charlotte, we thank you for your commitment to this community, and congratulations. I would now like to introduce Wally Swanson, our Dean of Faculty.
Gift of the class of 1965. In 1965, the graduating class of Wilbraham Academy established an award which should, in perpetuity, be presented to that member of the senior class who, through their period of attendance at the Academy has shown through word and deed consistent evidence of a high degree of individuality with concomitant unwillingness to follow the crowd. The class of 1965 called this award the Constructive Nonconformist Award. Jack Perenick is a Renaissance man, and I say that not only because he has a propensity for wearing colored tights and playing a lute, but because his interests are varied and his passion for the greater reaches of the intellect are apparent. He has taken 15 different AP exams, excelled in the French and English classrooms, been a tennis player, a tech theater guru, and above all, been heralded in academic debate, negotiation, and argument through Model Congress, Model UN, and student government. Jack is sincere in all his pursuits. These aren't college fluff or resume builders. These are real appreciations for academic and social discourse. Jack doesn't fit neatly into any one box. But if I was able to get him into a box and closed it up, the tape's going on, he'd just argue and negotiate and debate with me endlessly, and frankly, he would win. By vote of the faculty, the class of 1965 is awarded to Jack Perenick. The Stephen D. Luckcraft Memorial Award. This award was established in 1954 by Mr. and Mrs. Edward Luckcraft in memory of their son, Stephen D. Luckcraft, of the Monson class of 1951. The prize is awarded annually to the member of the senior class who has displayed in their daily actions and personal contacts a genuinely fine character, such as that of the boy in whose memory the prize is given. College counselor Greg Walsh writes, "You see, Christine Moe is an exceptional scholar, a dedicated athlete, an experienced globalist, a talented writer, and a good friend to many. In addition to being a global scholar, being on the Academy's highest honor roll since 9th grade, she contributes to newspaper, yearbook, Model UN, and other endeavors. Her strength of character shines through in these formal roles, but also in the informal connections. It is common for girls in the dorm to confide in her and receive her support in times of need." In a reflection she herself wrote, "My personality is like water. I am a rather nurturing person and consider myself as a quiet but important presence. I aim to flow forward and not backward, not as in forgetting my past, but rather taking the lessons and experiences with me as I move toward future challenges." As she moves forward to the future challenges of Washington University of St. Louis, by vote of the faculty, the Stephen D. Luckcraft Memorial Award is given to UC Moe. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce Faculty Marshal Don Kelly.
The Markell and Monson Class of 1898 Award. This prize is awarded each year to a senior at Wilbraham and Monson Academy who, in the opinion of the faculty, has made the greatest contribution through leadership, character, and courtesy. And also the Owen David Dow Memorial Award. Owen David Dow, a member of the Monson class of 1960, lost his life in the summer of 1962 in an airplane accident while he was engaged in a humanitarian mission. At Monson Academy, he was an all-around athlete, a fine scholar, and an excellent school citizen. Mr. and Mrs. Alan L. Dow, Owen's parents, established a fund under the terms of which the winner of the Markell and Monson Class of 1898 Award for Leadership, Character, and Courtesy will also receive this prize. This year's recipient of these two prestigious awards is Chuck An Tran of Hanoi, Vietnam. Scholarship, leadership, character, and courtesy. Like Owen David Dow, Anne has been an outstanding scholar at this academy, as demonstrated by her induction into the Cum Laude Society this morning. As a leader, Anne helped to establish WMA's Asian Student Alliance. She has been an active member of Gold Key, our student admission tour guides. She has been an award winner for our Harvard Model United Nations and Model Congress programs, and she has served as a dormitory prefect. This young woman's sterling character is documented by her courageous work to stop the human trafficking link between China and her native land of Vietnam, where young girls from impoverished regions are marketed as brides. She and her friend wrote a comic book and created an online platform for the book to help warn and educate young women at risk of this problem. In regard to courtesy, Ms. Julie Chan, faculty advisor to the Asian Student Alliance, has applauded Anne's sense of collegiality with other students in her organization of this year's forum about hate crimes against Asian peoples. History teacher Craig Presnell has remarked that Anne's most impressive trait is her ability to connect with people and to bring them together. Next year, she will be attending Dartmouth University. By the vote of the faculty, the Markel and Monson class of 1898 award and the Owen David Dow Award are presented to Chuck An Tran. Please join me in applause. The Dr. Joseph P. Sebula Memorial Award. Established in 1984, the Dr. Joseph P. Sebula Memorial Award was created to pay tribute to Dr. Sebula's admiration of individual achievements made by an international student at Wilbraham and Monson Academy. The late educator was particularly aware of the many contributions made to the academic community by our international students who quietly share an interest in our language and exchange customs and ideals while achieving excellent scholarship. This year's recipient of the Sebula Award is Bruna de Silva. An excellent scholar, Bruna has been on the Academy's high or highest honor roll since her arrival at our school. Bruna's advisor, faculty member Erica Whipple, has described her, quote, as the most outgoing, happiest person I know on campus, end of quote. Her advisor also describes her as a person who likes to help everyone that she can and that she enjoys sharing the culture of her native country, Angola, with other students. Bruna has contributed to our school community by serving as a prefect in Wallace Blake Dormitory. She was also a co-captain of the girls' varsity tennis team. And this year, she was the vice president of the Black Student Union. She was also a member of Best Buddies. Next year, Bruna will be attending Syracuse University. By the vote of the faculty, we are proud to present the Dr. Joseph P. Sebula Award to Bruna de Silva. Our head of school, Brian Easler.
Although there is no hierarchy among the other various awards presented to the graduating class, the Chandler and Cushman Awards are regarded as the two highest honors presented at commencement each year. For each of these awards, the recipient's name is added to the bronze tablets displayed by the Dean's Office and the Dining Hall, respectively. The Cushman Award was the highest award at Monson Academy, and the Chandler Award was the highest award at Wilbraham Academy. The Frank Chapin Cushman Memorial Award. In 1928, Mrs. Rufus P. Cushman presented the Academy a bronze tablet with the inscription, "To honor right living achieved, and to keep high purpose glowing in the soul of youth." It bears the name of Frank Chapin Cushman and the motto, live clean, speak true, work hard, play fair. And the inscription, these were his ideals. The award is presented each year to that student of Wilbraham and Monson Academy who best lives up to them. What distinguishes Shane Appia from his peers are his dedication to social activism, his many contributions to community life, his irresistible personality, and his engaging presence in the classroom and on campus, always pushing himself to be his best. Shane is a superior and highly respected student across a wide range of subjects where he has taken an impressive 7 AP and 5 honors courses. Any intellectual discussion is deeper and more meaningful for Shane's thoughtful and engaging involvement. He is a powerful and rational thinker, but also a gentle and gracious communicator. He is already a master of deliberating potentially divisive concepts with the utmost respect. Shane loves being part of WMA as much as we love having him here, and he shows that love by the level of his involvement in campus life. As a WMA Global Scholar, Shane has demonstrated his global awareness, curiosity, engagement, and desire to contribute to his community. In a further exploration of global issues, he has taken our International Relations elective twice, which prepares students for participation in the Harvard Model UN. He has volunteered as a Gold Key tour guide and council member, virtual student ambassador, and student orientation leader. After serving as communications officer on our student government, he was elected chairperson. In recognition of his many contributions at WMA, Shane was awarded the John L. Nepomuceno Prize last year, which is awarded to a junior who best exemplifies the qualities of an exceptional young person, excellent student, competitive athlete, and class officer. I have personally had the privilege and the pleasure of conferring with Shane at some length, especially this year, in his role of student government chairperson. I am always open to learning from our students, but I was so pleasantly surprised at how much I have learned from Shane. This year has pushed us all to reflect on ourselves as neighbors, citizens, and humans. And Shane's keen insight, patience, and highly effective communication style has led me to learning some very important lessons as the leader of our school. I will always be grateful for what I have learned from him, and I look forward to continuing our conversations long into the future. Shane is a change maker, and we know that he will make the folks at Howard University every bit as proud of him as we are. For his many significant school and community contributions, his academic prowess, and his courage to make the world a better place for all, Shane Appia has been selected by the faculty as the 2021 winner of the Frank Chapin Cushman Memorial Award. The Cora Pease Chandler Award. Through the kindness of Major J. Weisheimer, U.S. Army, who died in France in October 1918, a bronze shield was presented to the Academy in 1915 in honor of his mother, Mrs. Cora Pease Chandler, a graduate of the Wesleyan Academy class of 1884. The Chandler Award is presented each year to that student who has shown the best Wilbraham and Monson Academy spirit during the school year, excelling in character, courtesy, scholarship, and athletics. Bright, grounded, and poised, Aiden Held is reserved, yet easy to engage, and he cares deeply about his family, his friends, his school, and his community. Aiden's humble yet purposeful approach is balanced by quiet confidence and has increased the complexity of his course load each year to include 4 AP and 3 honors level courses in the last 2 years. The consistent high praise from his teachers are testament to his strong intellect, exceptional work ethic, and resolute commitment to excel as a scholar. Aiden's humble and reserved approach belies his accolades in football as team captain this year and team defensive MVP in all league honors as a junior. He is a four-year letter winner in football and a 3-year letter winner in varsity lacrosse. As a school citizen, Aiden has given back to the WMA community in a number of important ways. As a global leader, he implemented a comprehensive program to enhance school spirit. As a 4-year member of Gold Key, Aiden is our top tour guide and a leading member of the Gold Key Council. In the summer months and during breaks, Aiden runs his own landscaping company and he volunteers in various outreach and youth programs associated with his church. Aiden Held is a remarkable young man and it has been our good fortune to have him in our school community these last 4 years. His record of achievement in all facets of school life, his strength of character and sense of self, his unwavering sense of purpose and kindness is an example for us all. I will also remember Aiden as the catalyst for the emergence of the Titan hockey program. We had been discussing for years how to bring hockey back to WMA and the massive logistical challenges that would entail because we don't have a rink. It was Aiden, though, a couple of years ago, when he asked to meet with me about hockey, who said, when I presented him with the challenges we would face, he said, "Mr. Easler, can't we just have a hockey club? We just want to play hockey with our friends wearing a WMA jersey." With that simple phrase, Aiden reminded me that the longest journey begins with the first step. I'm sure the next phase of Aiden's journey at Hamilton College will be every bit as impressive as this one. By vote of the faculty, the winner of the 2021 Core Peace Chandler Award is Aiden Held. As I mentioned earlier, the speakers for the class of 2021 were not only selected by their peers, but through a process where they were also confirmed by the faculty. This is testament to the respect with which they are held both in this community and the trust they have earned in their time here. And that is absolutely so with Chuk-An Ann Tran, who has been a member of our community since she entered in the 9th grade from Vietnam. Chuk-An Tran.
Good morning, and of course, good evening. My name is Ann Tran, and it's an honor to be speaking to you today. In a typical year, I would only be introducing myself to parents, families, and younger students. But this year, I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself to members of the graduating class who I haven't met yet. I'm a student from Hanoi, Vietnam, and I've been attending the academy since my freshman year. Had I been on campus, I would be a prefect in Wallace, a DS on the volleyball team, a delegate for Model UN and Model Congress, the leader of Asian Students Alliance and Best Buddies, and in the spring, a bench warmer on the rugby team. It's so nice to finally meet some of you. I remember my first day on campus. More specifically, the eventful journey it took to get there. As some of you may already know, the U.S. has a travel regulation called the Unaccompanied Minor Policy that prohibits children younger than the age of 15 from flying alone. Now, my 14-year-old self back in freshman year had never heard of this, so imagine my surprise when I was barred from boarding the plane at the airport. Obviously, my only logical solution then was to frantically call the AOD, who, to his luck, was Mr. Kimblum on that day. Mr. Kimblum, I don't know if you remember, but you had to be on hold with Delta for over an hour, and for that I am so sorry. Since begging Delta to void their policy didn't work, obviously, I had to book another ticket. After a 25-hour flight across the Atlantic Ocean and almost getting kidnapped at JFK, I finally arrived at WMA. By then, it was already 3 a.m. When I got to my empty triple dorm room, the isolation transformed into utter loneliness. And for the first time since leaving home, I cried. I cried from a combination of homesickness, of missing my mom, of the fear that maybe my unlucky travel was a sign that WMA was just not meant to be, but most importantly, of the nagging thought, did I just make the biggest mistake of my life? The next morning, I met Karin and Wendy at the dining hall, and their bubbly welcome instantly eased my worries. To this day, these two girls are still some of my best friends. I tell you the story now, not to say that my time at WMA has been perfect ever since. It's been far from that. But rather to say that, upon looking back, from the moment I decided to commit to WMA, it has begun instilling the 3 values I now believe define who I am. The ones I believe define the collective spirit of the class of 2021. The first of those is compassion, which was initially shown to me by Mr. Kimblem, Karin, and Wendy. Compassion manifests itself in the care that the Smith girls put into each other's Secret Santa gifts, or the moment when 5 of my friends crammed into my tiny bed and watched the interview with me after a breakup during the middle of study hall. And keep in mind, this happened during sophomore year and not freshman year. Even more so, compassion inspires many of us to get onto a minibus once a month and drive to the Springfield JCC, where we dedicate our Sundays to spending time with a peer with autism, hoping to bring a smile to both of our faces. Our class has a lot of love for not only each other, but also for the communities around us. The second value is fearlessness, which inspired me and many others to travel across the world and attend WMA in the first place. Our class is nothing if not fearless. No other class has a Geo, who has undoubtedly sprinted through every inch of campus, even tracking miles in the Rubicon. Or a David, who once confidently strutted around every advisor group in a tutu and a furry jacket to raise money for our Valentine's Day chocolate sale. We also fearlessly raised our voice. With our leadership of BSU, Stone Society, and ASA, we advocated for equity, be it through our anti-racism town halls, our Women in STEM events, or even our Learning Year celebrations where we promoted diversity. But if there is one characteristic that truly defines our class, I think it's our resilience. A value that allowed me to brave through my initial fears, and one that truly renders no explanation for our class. The past year and a half has tested us immensely, and no one can deny that. Yet, not only did we rise to the occasion, we far exceeded all expectations. We persistently strive for our goals, not only excelling in an unprecedented college application season, but also finding time to win a finance competition, play an undefeated rugby season, or even delve into our interest of 3D printing. All while withstanding emotional isolation, loneliness, uncertainty, and the feeling that the world is falling under our feet. Furthermore, we're in a year where hate has dominated all conversation. We have not allowed it to prevail. We have stood together against racism, sexism, and prejudice, proving to be an ally and, more importantly, a friend for one another in times when hope has felt impossible. We have done all of this through continual compassion, fearlessness, and an unimaginable amount of resilience. While this is just my version of the 3 core values WMA has instilled in me, I know that these are qualities that are inherent in every single one of us. Because these are virtues that as a class, we have bred together. On behalf of the class of 2021, I'd like to thank our parents, the people who have given us this incredible opportunity and who have always believed in us. And our teachers, the people who have nurtured our minds and always pushed us every single day. We sincerely thank you. I would also like to personally thank the members of the class of 2021. Each and every one of you have enriched my life in one way or another. Whether it's as significant as teaching me to be a better friend, or as small as smiling at me as we cross each other on our way up the hill. I don't need to tell you all that I know we'll be the leaders of tomorrow, because we've already proven that. Because of that, I am so proud to have met all of you, well, most of you, and to call myself a member of WMA's class of 2021. We did it. And as for my initial question, did I make a horrible mistake? No. Choosing to come to WMA has been the easiest and the best decision I've ever made. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. That was lovely. Now, we will proceed with the awarding of the diplomas.
Just go, Wally.
Race is not. We're going to move to the alphabetical order and come back to our remote students.
Yes, good idea.
The first row here, could you please stand? Emma Elizabeth Middleton.
I can't right now. No, well, Race isn't here. He's just not here. What I need to do is I need to dump. There's no time to like do 5, undo 5. So when we circle back around, I got to dump all 19 or whatever of them in, and then go through the list. And I'm just gonna dump them now.
Yeah, that's fine. Because you don't have to put them up on the screen. Put up on the screen so it switches, correct?
Yeah, I mean they'll be available for people to see in the webinar, but.
You're moving them up already?
I'm just gonna. I have to, otherwise it'll be a massive cluster to try and switch them back and forth one at a time. Because his list isn't in my order. It's not. Doesn't work that way. We can hear the text.
Could my two colleagues, Marvina Lowry-Brook and John Brook, please join us on stage?
You're gonna just.
Ian Randall Lowry-Brook. Naila Setsuyanin. Graduating cum laude, Sungbum Choi. Graduating cum laude, Ryan John Cordero. Eric Cotton. Bruna Michela Fragata da Silva. Naya da Silva. That row, please sit. Next row, please rise. Charlotte DeRose. Could I have my colleague Tracy Deneen join us on stage? Awarded the most valuable member of the Atlas, Grace Marie Deneen. Could my colleague Fabienne Dubois join me on stage? Member of the French Honor Society and graduating cum laude, Jeremy Joseph Dubois. Okay, okay. Cecily Marie Elizabeth Eddy. Winner of the Barber Prize in AP Biology, Emma Catherine Feely. Winner of the Barber Prize in Musical Vocals, Miles Fortune. Nicholas Duffy Gleason. Nathan Patrick Gould. That row, please sit. Next row, please rise. My colleague Russ Held joined me on stage. Aiden Martin Held. Spencer Colby Hemingway. Moranth Sabina Hofstad. Sofia Hurtado Rodriguez. Daniel Irilov. Aiden Michael Jennings. Benjamin Johnson. Jaco Vilani Yusela. That row, please sit. Next row, please rise. Winner of the Barber Prize in AP World History, French Honor Society member and graduating cum laude, Tendo Mulubu Kalule. Khalil Kamara. Kylie Hope Kane.
Thank you, sir.
Nicholas M. Kane. Hayden Andrew Kelly. Winner of the Hal S. Newell Senior English Award, James Patrick Kumbalanian. Griffin Robert LaRochelle. Caitlin Cameron Lee. That row can sit. We're going to try to transition back to our students who are remote. Okay. Okay. Race Abal Siddiq. Winner of the Ernest Lawton Memorial Award in Mathematics and graduating cum laude, Sihan Chen. Congratulations, Zihan. Mai Ha Le. Congratulations. Yewon Lee. Jiahui Li. Congratulations, Jiahui. Winner of the Barber Prize for the Music Jazz Ensemble, Xiaowen Liu. Congratulations. Winner of the Marilyn Erickson Prize for the Fine and Performing Arts, Junyi Liu. Congratulations, Brian. Jang Da Liu. Henry. Congratulations. Ika Ma. Graduating cum laude, Yusei Mo. Congrats, Christine. Winner of the Barber Prize in AP Statistics and graduating cum laude, Kan Mai Nguyen. Congrats, Kayla. Pradipa Patana Kichpapul. Congrats, Myung. Graduating cum laude, Chuk An Tran. Congrats, Ann. Winner of the Barber Prize for 3D Design, Sixing Wang. Congratulations. Zihan Wang. Xinghan Yin. That's Bert right there. Following Bert was Xinghan Yen. Congratulations. Gucci Chang. Thank you. Congratulations. Tianyu Zhang. Congratulations, Johnny. Okay, we're going to transition back to the first row on this side. Please rise. Jesse Desmond Lutz. Could my colleague Jamal Makio join us up on stage? Jenna R. Makia. Ryan Christopher McCormick. Nicholas Gregory Morin. Marvin E. Morris, Jr. Connor Thomas Murphy. Could that row please sit? Next row, please rise. Karsten Bella Nairadi. Ola Wafakayo o Olasa Kanmi. Graduating cum laude, Nora Noor Omar. Egosa Asamota. Could my colleague Luke Pelletier join me on stage? Julia Renee Pelletier. Winner of the Barber Prize in AP Senior English, the Catherine Ingham Award for Excellence in French, a member of the French Honor Society and graduating cum laude, Jack Harlow Pernick. Tatum Perkins. Oliver David Piantini. That row, please sit. Next row, please rise. Olivia Elizabeth Picknelly. Winner of the Barber Prize in Visual Art for 2D Design, Ramey Pamela Faith Porter.
Thank you.
JC Christine Regalado. Lyle Connor Rhodes. Kai G. Robinson Allard. Ajan Christian Rue. Troy Michael Sabran. Lucas David Schmidt. That row, please sit. Next row, please rise. Kyle Reese Sudol. Franchot D. Tyler. Casper Urbanus. Binnert Peter Vanderblink. Nicholas Ryan Vanty. Can my colleague Jeff Artabedian join me on the stage? Jeff's behind. Winner of the Barber Prize in Advanced Spanish, Laurel Reagan Vartabedian. Could my colleague Paula Vitavelli join me on stage? Nicholas Raymond Vitavelli. Sean Matthew Ventresca. That row, please sit, and the last row, please rise. Jabari J. Warren. Hungbo Wang. Emily Watson.
Linda! They grow so fast.
Morgan Leah Wesson. Can my colleague Stuart Wickham join us on stage? Winner of the Barber Prize for AP Capstone, the Barber Prize for AP Environmental Science, and graduating cum laude, Jack William Whitcomb. Griffin Howell-Wilski. Member of the French Honor Society and graduating cum laude, Karen Yamaoka. Nicolas Yanes. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff of the Academy, we extend our sincere congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, everyone. Let's have one more round of applause for the alumni class of 2021. Give it up for them. Let's go. They earned it. As we conclude, the platform party will recess first, followed by the faculty, and we will form our traditional gauntlet at the back of the assembly area, through which the graduates will then recess so we can give them one final congratulations as a faculty. Once that has finished, at that point, the ceremony will have concluded, and we wish you a good day.